Injured Argentina captain Lionel Messi was left out of the squad announced on Monday by the Argentine FA for next month's South American World Cup qualifiers against Chile and Colombia. The 37-year-old Messi was not included in the 28-man squad following an ankle injury sustained during last month's Copa America final in the United States. The Inter Miami player is recovering at his club. A headline member of the midfield setup at La Liga giants Barcelona has on Monday been tipped to take his talents to Saudi Arabia. The player in question, Ilkay Gundogan. The name of German international Gundogan has of course dominated the headlines in Catalonia's capital over the course of the last 48 hours. This comes after his omission from Barcelona's squad for the club's La Liga season opener against Valencia was followed in turn by a flood of speculation surrounding his future. Barca have offered Chelsea could hand the perfect welcome gift to João Felix once the transfer is completed. The Blues have reached an agreement to sign the Portugal international on a permanent deal from Atletico Madrid. Personal terms have already been agreed between Chelsea and Felix, who is expected to sign a 6-year contract to return to Stamford Bridge with the option of a further 12-month extension. Real Madrid played out a 1-1 draw at Mallorca and showed a really frustrating collective performance and proved that even though this team is phenomenal, there are a few things that need to be figured out. Here are 3 quick thoughts. Firstly, Real Madrid's build-up for the first time in years was bad. Secondly, Jude Bellingham was not quite as good as he was against Atalanta, but he was still one of the best players on the pitch. I talked about his role against Atalanta. Against Mallorca, it was only slightly different. Finally, Real Madrid's set-piece problem still exists. Scoring from set-pieces has never been an issue for Los Blancos, but when it comes to defending them, that is another story. Paulo Dybala is again left out of the Argentina squad for World Cup qualifiers. The Roma teammates Meisha Sol and Leandro Perez are there, along with Lazio striker Tati Castellanos. AC Milan logo AC Milan loading official content. The Selección are the reigning World Cup and Copa America holders, so at the very top of global football at this moment in time. Coach Lionel Scaloni is back at work preparing for the next 2 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Chile and Colombia. He named his squad for the games, but after being left out of the Copa America, Dybala is again nowhere to be seen. Juventus made light work of Como on Monday with a 3-0 win on Taigo Moda debut with the Turin Giants, while Atalanta brushed aside transfer upheaval with a 4-0 thumping of Lex. Impressive first-half strikes from promising youngster Samuel M. Mangala, a surprise starter on the left flank, and Timothy Wee before thumping Andy Cambiaso. A leading member of the boardroom setup at La Liga outfit Real Betis has on Monday all but confirmed the club's interest in Barcelona starlet Vitor Roque. The name of frontman Roque has of course taken its place front and centre in the headlines in Spain across the day today. This comes after word was forthcoming that a pair of clubs have positioned themselves at the front of the queue in the race for the Brazilian signature, with Barcelona having made clear their readiness to part with Roque just 6 months on. Ange Postecoglou admitted wasteful. Tottenham lost their composure as Jamie Vardy's second-half equaliser gave Leicester a 1-1 draw against his profligate team on Monday. Promoted Leicester survived a series of costly Tottenham misses either side of Pedro Porro's first-half opener for the visitors at the King Power Stadium. Vardy made Tottenham pay for their erratic finishing with a typically predatory header, capping his surprise appearance just days after he had been ruled out by Steve Cooper after suffering a pre-season injury. Manchester United are reportedly ready to axe 2 more stars after Facundo Pellistri as Erik ten Hag looks to raise funds to spend on his squad in the final weeks of the transfer window. The Dutchman has already brought in 4 signings at a cost of £160 million, with Matthijs Ligt, Nasser Mazraoui, Lenny Yoro and Joshua Zirkzee arriving at the club. According to the Manchester Evening News, United will attempt to offload Victor Lindelof and Hannibal Mejbri to fund further signings in the transfer window. Former Arsenal and Barcelona striker Thierry Henry has resigned from his position as France under-21's manager following their run to the silver medal at the Paris 2024 Olympics. Tipped as one of the pre-tournament favourites on home soil, France reached the gold medal match at the Games earlier this month, only to suffer a gut-wrenching 5-3 loss to Spain after extra time. Emery's side dramatically fought back from 3-1 down to level the contest at 3-3, but 2 extra time efforts from Spain forward Sergio Camilo propelled La Roja to Olympic glory. Emery was due to remain in charge of France's under-21s until the conclusion. The good came with the bad for Tim Wee in the first game of the 2024-25 Serie A season for Juventus. The USMNT star scored his first career Serie A goal against newly promoted side Como on Monday, only to be forced off injured at halftime. We looked to pick up the injury in the moments before the goal, which came in first half stoppage time. Nottingham Forest are showing strong interest in Arsenal striker Eddie Nketiah, who is available for transfer this summer after talks broke down with Marseille. Arsenal have been expecting to field serious Premier League interest for Nketiah, an England international, and Forest have now emerged as a potential destination for the 25-year-old. Real Madrid youngster Nico Paz is expected to leave the club this summer, according to journalist Fabrizio Romano. The midfielder, who has been with the club for several years, seems poised to make a permanent move away from the Santiago Bernabeu. Among the clubs interested in signing him are Cesc Fabregas Como, as well as Girona and Alaves, who have already inquired about the terms of the deal. One of the critical elements of this transfer is Real Madrid's insistence on including a buyback clause. This is a common strategy the club uses when dealing with the transfer of its youth players, allowing them to retain future control over promising talents. Germany captain Ilkay Gundogan has announced his retirement from international football at the age of 33. The midfielder, who turns 34 in October, confirmed his decision on social media just over a month after leading his country at Euro 2024, where host Germany were eliminated by eventual champions Spain in the quarter-finals. Chelsea and Napoli continue to dance carefully around the negotiating table for the distinct privilege to be Romelu Lukaku's latest most favouritist team, but it sounds like we're not quite in desperation mode yet. Reports in Italy, including from a Gianluca Marzio struggling for relevance in the age of Fabrizio, claim that Napoli have offered €25 million plus a bit more in add-ons, €5 million, and that they want to get it done without having to worry about Victor Osimhen's situation, so it's actually a loan offer with an obligation instead of just a straight-up transfer. Manchester United are reportedly willing to wait until the transfer deadline day to sign Manuel Ugarte. The midfielder remains a top target for Erik ten Hag, but so far there has been no breakthrough in negotiations. Paris Saint-Germain are understood to be holding out for a £51 million Cillian, €60 million fee, as they are keen to recoup the sum they paid to Sporting Club Portugal for him last summer. However, that fee is deemed too high by the United hierarchy, and therefore the club are prepared to bide their time, which might force a reduction in price, according to The Guardian. It's claimed that there is no need for any outgoings to finance the sale, though. Multiple sources confirm Pierre Kalulu has accepted the transfer to Juventus and will have his medical on Tuesday, on loan with option to buy from Milan for a total €20 million. Milan logo loading official content. There had already been suggestions earlier today that the versatile defender was leaning towards an agreement, having previously been concerned there would be a lack of regular playing time. However, this evening he finally gave the all-clear and is expected to undergo his medical tests on Tuesday. It is going to be a paid loan at €3 million plus an option to buy at the end of the season for a further €14 million. There are also potentially another €3 million in add-ons and a 10% cut given to Milan of the future transfer fee if the move is made permanent in June 2025. Gabriel Jesus' ambition to remain at Arsenal and fight for his place in the first team has been approved by Mikel Arteta, who has revealed his final transfer plan. In light of injury concerns, the £65 million Cillian arrival of Kai Havertz and reported big money bids from Saudi Arabia, Jesus' 2-year spell in North London was thought to be ending this summer. However, the 27-year-old supposedly came into this campaign with the mindset that he would fight for first-team minutes under Arteta, and his determination looks to have paid off. Jesus was trusted to see out the Gunners' 2-0 opening day home win against Gary O'Neill's Wolves, and it was revealed after the match that the Brazilian is part of Arteta's title challenging plans, with a new striker seemingly not on the agenda.